Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of November 15th, 2014. I am your dispatcher, Train Man. With me, my engineers are Weibold, TJ, and Milky. And our guest brakeman is JDur. I am a little bit hoarse today, so someone ought to get me a stock car or something. But before we do that, we all need to remember that the train will terminate at this station.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, today we are back on the Mocha Tochigi or Mocha Tokigi or whatever short line in Japan. The beautiful little scenic railroad that we saw some scenic activity on before, and now we're watching a diesel.
The yellow diesel of awesome.
It's the most interesting thing going on there at this moment.
Most
Speaking of things not being very interesting or eventful.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, we can skip me outright. I don't have anything other than continuing to hear the horns.
Sounds like something that you'd have during a mental issue.
Weibold, is that a thing, or are you just writing gibberish?
That's a thing.
Okay.
Morgan,
Death to the Norfolk Southern.
Death to the Norfolk Southern?
Yep. So,
Why?
just a few days after last Terminus filming, I went up with my dad flying, and we went bombing around on the prairie and everything, and we came across a train
That's
yard.
probably not the right term to use.
Yeah.
What did you say?
You're now on a watch list.
Dang it. Oh, we can't. Well, this part will make it even better. We came across this train yard, which is an oil filling yard, and there was
And
another
nuked
plane
it.
out with us, and they were showing me some of the signals they use for mock dogfighting and stuff. And we did a
that's
mock
cool.
strafing run of this train yard and blew up a couple NS Gevos.
You
So-
blew up Jevos?
Yes,
Perfect.
Great job.
that's the Guten Morgen, mein Freund.
Wait, was this like a simulator or legit Jevos? You blew them up.
No, he was just flying around and pretended to blow up some Gevos.
Yeah, we just
I
did
thought
a
you
mock-
were
We
serious.
did a mock bomb run of this train yard.
That's
I thought you were
awesome.
serious. I'm
See,
like, wow, great job.
for a long while I've wanted to learn to fly. Probably, not as much as I've wanted to learn to drive a locomotive, but it's infinitely more difficult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just such a liberating kind of thing. It's really cool. Anyways, when you were done murdering things, I assume it was clear weather, right? Milky's wasn't. Right, Milky?
Yeah. I saw quite a few, well, not that many trains. I didn't really go out whale fanning on purpose, but I did see some trains on
Did
accident.
you go out rail fanning by accident?
Accidental whale fanning in the lane.
Accidentally rail fan the hall.
But that's pretty much all the whale fanning I did. Saw a few
What did you see?
Track, I think. I don't know. I don't think I saw any. Besides maybe.
You didn't even know what you saw.
Besides maybe whatchamacallit, 501 that comes at next 740.
Rail fanning in the rain.
DJ, I assume that's you, like, walloping on your keyboard, because I can hear it.
I'm not doing anything.
Sure, you're not.
You might hear my background noise. That's not
Okay,
me
but-
walking on a keyboard, that's me looking at stuff.
But that's it for my whale fanning. I didn't do that much, so yeah. JDur,
Yeah.
do you have any whale fanning by chance?
As usual, whenever I'm on here, no. Because
Loser.
John Kasich sucks.
Who?
John
And
Kasich,
he got
the Ohio
reelected. Yay!
He's
governor.
fired.
Rip in peace, Ohio passenger rail, then.
Speaking of getting elected, Rhode Island has its first female governor.
We're like erected.
Really, TJ?
No,
Why
not
did I
really.
cut my finger open?
Got a point.
I just noticed I have a cut on my finger. Where the hell did that come from?
Maybe you're like a balloon and the power to your voice is just kind of seeping out of the hole.
I really don't think that's how it works.
Oh. Be neat.
Also, I'm definitely not a balloon.
Be neat if it was. Also, then you could fly and be liberated.
Technically, you can only be liberated if you have some oil that the U.S. wants.
That's true. Air
Anyways.
quotes around liberated.
Protesters.
Oh, we'll get to them later.
Right.
But right now, we have maximum fundraising at the Maine narrow gauge, which really is just because it's the off season. They're not, spending money on running trains and stuff. Their season has come to a close, except for the Polar Express. And they are instead raising money to put down the basic groundwork for the yard that they've designed for the new place,
Ooh.
Nice.
which is a cool step in the right direction. I had to go two ways with this. I mean, cool steps in the right direction are being done with the T1 Trust and getting out there and getting public. They paid a visit to St. Louis recently for some event. Hold on. For the... Oh, no, they spoke to the St. Louis chapter of the NRHS, the National Railway Historical Society.
And
They gave a presentation that covered the T1 Trust and the T1 itself. And apparently they enjoyed a great response, so that's fantastic.
woo. T1 definitely.
Yeah,
Tender deck
so
hearing.
that's a step in the right direction. But on the Polar Express front, the Newport dinner train currently has booked the URL Newport Polar Express, and that's where their website is directing you to, because the dinner train service has ended. But they have the 2014 schedule of the Polar Express already up, and that's kind of cool. Just be careful and pay attention to it, or else you might get hit by a Newport dinner train. Like I almost did.
Wait, hang in the Newport. Where is that?
Newport.
It's on an island in Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island.
Okay.
Why do you ask?
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
For a minute, I thought it was the old colony.
it is.
Okay.
They're actually, what I found out is it's two companies that are loosely connected by the small fact that they own the same stretch of track.
Okay.
It's a train in Newport that serves dinner.
Yeah. Instead of serving industries, it serves dinner.
A good one.
I wonder what's for dinner.
Anyways, moving on to Wybold.
Yes, I have very little except for that winter came. Winter has come, as many have realized, with the polar vortex.
Isn't it something different this year?
Yeah, apparently. But anyway, with the advent of the
I was
polar
actually reading the
vortex, we have suddenly been immersed into this swirling, cold vortex, I suppose. But anyway, snow hit Durango and snow hit Silverton, more importantly, blocking off a lot of the pass, and so the train is no longer running to Silverton. It is now just going up to the Cascade Canyon Y and turning around for Durango, effectively halving the trip.
Aw.
They have announced their Polar Express schedule as well, which they'll begin later this month and run through early January, I think.
Polar vortex.
Question, what kind
But,
of,
yes.
snowplow do they have?
They don't have a rotary or anything. They have a flanger, and they stick...
Well, don't they have one, but it doesn't run?
Yes, yeah. That's also can be reason. They have just wedge snowplows that they put on their engines, and then they have a flanger, and they also have a front loader.
Oh.
So,
They should get a rotary.
yeah.
No,
They really, really should.
Rotary
Do they,
rotary project.
do they try to run trains as late as they can
Yes.
in the year?
Yeah.
See, that's why they need a rotary.
They do try to go as late as they can. The trouble is, it's not just the snow, it's the fact that almost all of the derailments historically that have happened along the Silverton branch have happened in winter because of
Ice.
not just getting snowbound, but because of ice and because of the temperature fluctuation the tracks tend to give out.
That's true.
And so the track is actually deemed unsafe beyond Cascade Canyon along the river after.
Oh, wow.
after
I wish they I wish they had a way to bring in more revenue so they could make stuff like that.
Yeah.
A good idea.
Mm. Yeah. Well,
I just want to point out, this is something I've been meaning to add to my jurisdictions. Because I love the White Pass and Yukon so much, I just want to kind of toss their news in there. And, I was reading something about semi-recent proposals to, complete the line to, I can't remember where it was supposed to dead end, but then they'd be able to bring in actual traffic as opposed to their just tourist stuff.
ooh,
Because
really?
it would then make sense as a through route again.
Well,
And because, and it being Alaska, there aren't many through routes anywhere.
I was gonna say that's one of the few things. Even if roads did that down here, it wouldn't be practical because we have roads. Alaska is a different story. It's very practical if you have a means of transport that sound. I suppose it can't just be blocked off like a road or washed out.
And
or
they
anything.
have a rotary.
Right, and they have
Yes.
the means to. They have the means to combat the polar vortex.
God damn it. I don't think they have to worry about the polar vortex when they're above the goddamn Arctic Circle. It's gonna snow anyways.
Yeah, but you have to say it like you have to say it in the voice.
Anyway.
I still don't think that's it this year. It's something else. I was reading about it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called though.
Arctic Express.
I don't know. I just know down here they won't on the news networks they won't shut up about the polar vortex. So
Oh yeah, but see on the TV
Anyway.
here, they call it the Arctic Express.
The Arctic
Choo-choo.
Express. Wow.
oh.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Oh, I need to tell that joke sometime in this show.
We don't
It
like
doesn't
your
relate
jokes.
to trains, but it's good. It
We don't
relates to
welcome the
Christmas.
jokes of this kind.
Try it as a
It relates to
conclusion.
Christmas and golf. So
Oh no.
Yeah, just use it as a conclusion.
okay.
Or
Or
a
save it till
termination, I
closer
mean.
to Christmas.
Oh.
No, it's good. My history teacher.
Hey guys, you know what's fun?
Sledding,
Building a snowman.
Strasbourg?
skiing.
Ironing pants.
Oh, well, great. But can you take a break from ironing pants and tell us about
What?
Strasbourg Railroad?
I can. I can talk about that Christmas time is not afoot, and it is not Thanksgiving yet. That's
But it is on December 25th for the Cassett and Farmington, correct?
Yes.
There's
On
still-
December 25th, it'll be December 25th.
Yeah, on
Okay, good.
December 25th, they'll have it on the December
Holy cow. Holy crap, guys, I just got a good look at the thing on the side of that train.
Yeah, I just saw it go by.
What is
What
it?
was that? I don't even
I'm not
know.
even watching the camera.
How far are we into the film?
12 minutes, almost 13.
Okay, I'll check it.
You'll have to look around the mark because the intro's going to throw it off.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, but Strasbourg.
Strasbourg.
Actually, wait, TJ, I have a question.
What?
I've heard Strasbourg pronounced Strasbourg and Strauss. Is it Stras or Strauss?
Depends
Is
on
it
who
a Sela or a Sela? It's Strasbourg.
It's Strasbourg.
Okay.
Well, depends on who you ask.
Same thing with same thing with Cumbres. I've heard Cumbres pronounced Cumbres or Cumbres. Is it? What?
Cumbres.
It's not Cumbres, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I forget where I heard it,
Cumbres.
but I heard it pronounced that.
It's Cumbres, and it's also Antonito, not Antonio.
Yeah, I screwed that up for a while.
Although it gets
Yeah.
more confusing considering yes the not Farmington, the Strasbourg on the East Coast is railroad, and the Strasbourg here isn't Strasbourg, it's Strasbourg.
God damn it, man.
Out here it actually is Strasbourg, not Strasbourg.
Strasbourg.
Oh,
Strauss, man.
That's what my friend
mouth's
says.
dying.
He's Russian, so he pronounces it like a Russian. Even though
Oh,
he doesn't
Russian
have
guy?
even though he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
have a his dad's mega Russian, but he's not. But he pronounces Strasbourg like a Russian dude. So.
Strasbourg.
Okay, so moving on to Milky.
Okay, moving on to me. Since I've been well, one of the parks, I forgot what one it is because
Save this segue.
What?
No.
Never mind. I had a good segue in my head for this, but whatever.
These are
the-
not ways they're used for security people who are
They're
Okay, Milky, carry
servicing and currently testing the lubricators for it.
testing the lube. Too much friction is not good.
Do they use hydrostatic on 611, or is it gravity fed?
They use water base.
What?
I have no
AJ.
idea.
I meant as a means of a pump.
Lube joke.
Is it a hydrostatic lubricator or just a gravity fed?
It's a water pump.
Pleasure fed.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Never
Now,
mind.
there's some news from my fellas up at the Logan Will Heritage Foundation.
At the rail yard.
At the rail.
Tickets on sale for the Holiday Express steam excursion in November. Yes, I'm gonna write it. Smiley face.
What engine are they going to be?
Shameless advertising, Milky. That's just shameless.
They're gonna have the SPNet 700 for it.
Yes.
Oh,
Big
Christmas
Jeep.
train, oh, Christmas train.
What was that from? Oh, yeah, the daylight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from that train.
Oh, yeah, the one that nobody really knows about.
The what?
Forgotten Daylight.
No, just the daylight.
Everybody knows about the daylight.
That's the point.
No,
It was
not
a joke.
Never mind.
Everybody knew the thought.
And on that note, UP Steam did the flop because now they know Choo Choo. So far, I haven't heard any news from Union Pacific Steam.
Oh.
And my reliable sources for it aren't.
They're as my little brother says, they're usefulness.
They're useful.
Usefulness.
I don't know. This is about like 2 or 3 years ago. I built like a Thomas wooden track, and we were playing with the trains and stuff. And he said Thomas was usefulness. So I don't
He's the really usefulest engine.
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know. He was like 6. So yeah.
Well, there goes Whiteboard. And on that note about stuff going, only $480 to go from the ultrasound machine for box at 819.
Is that where, bro?
It's a
And
it's a mogul.
that concludes. That
Congratulations. It's a mogul.
concludes my story. My local stops.
Oh. I see.
Ooh, well then.
It's like you're supposed to be having a Hudson, and it comes out with an extra set of wheels in the back.
You've got some explaining to do.
You got a double ender.
Oh. Still
Okay.
has explaining
Or
to
it
do.
comes out with the Garrett. You've got twins.
Yeah,
Twins.
conjoined twins.
That's a Siamese twin.
Yeah. JDur, anything interesting from your neck of the woods?
Some stuff. Okay. Sort of referring back to what Milky was talking about with testing parts for 611. At least according to their Facebook page, the water pump or compressor, whatever it was.
For what?
Whatever. Apparently, they're testing that at the Age of Steam Run house, so...
For what? Hey, the steam engine's coming out.
Is? Whoa!
And it goes back. Oh, geez, it's moving.
Just gonna smash through the people.
Squish.
Smashes through the wall.
Oh yeah! Somebody move the camera to follow it.
I got it. Are they hooking up to the brake van?
Follow
Pretty
the-
sure that's what they do.
That's what they always do. They just shunt that brake van back and forth.
Wow, that's like... I don't
They
even
probably
know.
can't get permission to run it anywhere important, so...
They just
Okay.
shunt brake van.
So, other than testing parts for 611, there's not much going on at the Age of Steam Run house.
And he goes back.
That makes no sense.
We're gonna go back in time.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Okay. And I discovered this place about a month or so ago. I was just, surfing the series of tubes known as the internet.
I like
And
how the
if-
steam stops immediately, like, this engine is totally legit.
I found the Midwest Railway Preservation Society, which is a place up in Cleveland, which at least according to their website is They have excursions from here. They're like sponsored by this place, and it's a locomotive and car repair shop up in Cleveland.
Hmm.
And as far as
How
I
come I
can tell,
didn't see that?
what?
How come I didn't see that?
I don't know. It's not near the station, but I was looking on Google Maps where this place is. It's near the house where they filmed A Christmas Story, so it's like it's a few blocks away. So, that's
do you know what they're doing?
What?
They're
on the camera?
like photo opping.
Oh.
Okay.
Woo.
That or it's some kind of sacred Japanese ceremony of the
I
locomotive.
really don't think that's what's going on here.
Okay, but
Yeah, probably just photo ops.
yeah, there's not much going on at the Midwest Railway Preservation Society. Because the latest thing on their calendar and stuff is from like May. But
Great.
they have a Mikado there, and it's taken a while to rebuild.
Choo choo.
Mm-hmm. It's a Grand Trunk mogul, which makes it even better.
Grand trunk, more like grand junk.
Hey, be nice to the Grand Trunk. They tried to do a good thing against the New Haven, and then
They were the good track
Sank.
road.
And then
Mhm.
Conrail happened.
no, and the Titanic happened.
Who said Titanic?
Wait, what?
Iceberg.
No, that's what happened to the Grand Trunk.
Titanic happened to the grand trunk.
Yeah,
What?
the dude who was spearheading the project of bringing the Grand Trunk Railway down into Providence died on the Titanic.
Oh,
Peace.
that's wonderful.
That's
All right.
it.
And the project never continued.
Great.
Whip.
So moving down from Cleveland to the hills of southeastern Ohio on the Hocking
Right.
Valley Scenic Railroad, not much is going on there. But as far as I know, I can't really tell what's going on from their website. But
Great.
yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a small scenic railroad in southeastern Ohio. They have 2 Jeeps, some ex-Army locomotives, and then an 060 has like an effing tiny boiler.
Tiny boiler. What's it called again?
The Hocking Valley Scenic.
Thank you.
Fucking Valley Scenic.
I'm gonna need a lot of links from you.
At the
Fucking-
Lebanon, Mason, and Monroe Railroad, there's... Let's see, what did I write down? They're running the North Pole Express, and I think they're done
Really,
with...
they're calling it the North Pole Express.
Yeah,
Literally everyone calls it the Polar Express. These guys are like hipsters.
yeah.
No, I've seen quite a few North Pole.
Way to be those guys,
Expresses.
SP. Way to be those guys.
It's not SP, it's
Close enough.
LM and M.
Way to be
But,
those guys.
Well, yeah, we're not
Yeah,
calling SP sp.
Yeah, but apparently I don't know if they're still running it, but at least they have a murder mystery dinner train, and then the North Pole Express, and
Stab.
I never got how railroads did that. How they got people to volunteer to be the victims on a murder mystery train.
I don't know.
I would do it.
You want to be murdered?
Yeah, it's not, you're not actually getting killed.
Yeah, and then at least according to their website, they are now hiring. So if you live in the Cincinnati area and you want to work on a railroad,
Well, I'm moving to Cincinnati.
Woo.
welcome to Ohio, home of like the.
Oh
least
wait, you're
passenger
there.
rail
Never
ever.
mind.
Woo.
Actually, I have something on Ohio.
Oh,
passenger rail.
on the
If I
note
can
of
find it, I'll,
And
if I
I
can
think
find it, I'll
Providence
talk
Northern
about
has the best other one because it's.
What about Nebula?
and then heading back up towards Cleveland, at the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad.
Cuyahoga.
I think at least sometime earlier this week or something like that, they're running their Polar Express train already. So everyone's running their Polar Express.
Choo choo.
As long as the English don't run a Polar Express, because they'd have to use tornado, and then it'd be the polar vortex.
You're getting a point for that.
No, you know Vortex. Yeah, if I can find that, it's like an all. Let me try to find it real fast. All aboard Ohio. Just a sec.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna give myself a point for this one.
But
But
getting a point.
if they decided to use the cock of the North instead, they'd have the North Pole.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh.
Okay, and I also found one more thing,
Hmm?
which this is sort of, well, just all over the state. There's this site called All Aboard Ohio, and it is a advocacy group for inner city travel in Ohio. So I haven't spent much time on this site, but it pretty much explains, why the trains are delayed all the
Hey,
time.
they're moving the little guard van.
Woo.
First order
Yeah.
of business for developing an interurban system in Ohio. Build an urban area.
Oh.
Where is this?
Hashtag get served.
But I don't know what this. I don't know if they're doing anything, but whatever.
No, they're just kind of digging around.
I don't know.
Dude,
They're just
But
kinda
yeah, it explains
swarming after
why stuff is delayed all the time.
We know why stuff is delayed all the time.
Amtrak.
I don't know.
No,
then-
because people treat Amtrak like junk.
Yeah.
And by
No.
people, I mean freight companies.
Yeah, Union Pacific does it on purpose, I bet.
Wow.
They always do.
All right, that's about it for
Because if they get Amtrak to stop coming on their tracks, that means there's one less train they have to deal with.
All right, so that's
Especially
about
when-
it for that's about it for everything that's going on in
The-
Ohio.
Your local stops.
Hmm.
Alrighty then, moving right along.
To the RPO car.
And at the head of our news,
We have mail from
Is-
Egypt.
a found train. Yeah, straight from Egypt, we got a letter about a train
Walk
that was
like an
lost
Egyptian.
for 8 years.
What?
Oh.
They
Wow.
lost a train for 8 years.
Not even
That's so
kids,
stupid.
that
How do you
that's
lose an
sad.
entire train or an entire train car like the French? Oh, wait.
That's a
How can you lose an entire train? Well, the Indian Rail authorities recently lost a train for 17 days, owing to a massive communication gap between the motorman and his reporting station. But that's not how it happened in Egypt. What happened was they built this rail line out across the desert, and after a little while, because of the shifting sands, the rail line became too expensive to kind of,
maintain.
well, yeah, to just uncover all the time they needed to drive a train over it.
You need a rotary.
So
So-
they just left the train there?
So basically, yeah, they just parked the train in Karga Station at the far end of the line and left it there for 8 years. But it's okay, now they're going to get it back.
Woo.
They
With
walk
people
up, it's
on-
all on cinder blocks. People have taken the rims and spray painted stuff on it. It's like being stuck in Detroit.
It actually
Roll
does
up.
have things spray painted on the side of it. If this is the picture, yeah. It'll be in the cargoes, of course.
Yeah, see.
But the next interesting tale is something that's recent but is a monument to something that happened a long while ago during World War II. And I entitled it "The Reason the Oil Train Protesters Are Scared." They're worried about dangers by carrying hazardous materials. Well, there was a train carrying 160 bombs in World War II, and entered Roosevelt County in New Mexico,
Mexico.
and exploded, and destroyed an entire town.
Boomski.
So,
Boom, boom.
the death toll was low, but it destroyed nearly every town building, and they're currently erecting a monument, or they will be erecting a monument and dedicating it on November 21st.
Why wait that long to erect a monument about it?
But nobody got around to it. I have no idea.
Well, there's something similar to this that actually happened in England, which I have
Yeah.
expected to be that story when you started out something with World War II and exploding trains.
Uh-oh.
There was a War Department Class 280, which was an American locomotive built in Ohio or Idaho, I want to say.
Whoa.
And they were shipped to the UK along with the S-100 switcher engines to aid in the war effort. And one of these engines was moving a big freight train of explosives, much like the one in New Mexico. And it got a hot box coming down a hill, and somebody at a station called it. And they didn't know what to do, so they stopped as quickly as they could. They undid it just happened to be the first car that was on fire. They undid the rest of the train and started just going with it. The firemen managed to jump off in time, but the engineer unfortunately went down with it as the boxcar was engulfed in flames, and as you'd expect with a flaming boxcar of explosives, boomski.
That sounds like a very beta rail predicament.
Yeah. Well, they claimed it was. They said it was extremely heroic because it was. Otherwise, they could have just cleared out the station and had everybody run, but they discovered later that. Well, I say later. They discovered about 10 seconds later that if the entire train had gone off, which it would have if they would have just stayed in the station and everybody had run. If they just stayed in the station and let the entire train go up in flames, A, it would have destroyed most of the town because the train was actually carrying more than they thought. And B, an express train was right next to it when this happened.
Ooh.
So it would have killed a lot, probably hundreds of people if this guy hadn't gone with the engine. But
the needs of the many
outweigh the needs of the few.
few.
I have a feeling that's supposed to be a really epic quote, but I just remembered the one from Rescue Whale. So
Yeah, I know. I was
the
quoting,
needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
I was quoting Spock from, The Wrath of Khan. Or quoting Kirk from Into Darkness, depending on which way you look at it.
Conrail? 1-800-272-0911.
But in Star Trek Into Darkness, they hid the Enterprise underwater. What was also underwater is the sunken engine of Satan. 3666.
Is it a big six? Is it a big six?
Is it? I don't know.
The B&O had a
six.
big class of engine that were the 600 series, and one of them was 666.
No, this is 3666. Unfortunately. But yeah, no, it fell off a bridge in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and fell into the Piscataqua River. And there's a little illustration. It doesn't look like it's falling off at all. It looks like it's leaping off the bridge.
Oh,
And,
yeah!
Just kind of diving into the water.
It's like a Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Foxy jump scare.
It's a Pacific, And it's down there, apparently, but there aren't any pictures of it because the river is very murky. And there have been a couple of attempts to raise the thing, but neither have really gone through.
Is there anybody aboard it?
Hold on. There weren't very many passengers on the train, but I believe there was one death. 2 deaths. 2 deaths.
Crew? Milky.
Yeah, no. The locomotive tender and empty first passenger car were thrown in, so the engineer and fireman died, I believe. One of them was found later that night, the other one was found 10 days later.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And floating around for 10 days in a murky river does wonders for the skin. He probably looked lovely washing up somewhere.
Oh yeah, very lovely.
That was probably not scarring at all.
Yeah, totally not.
For the poor Coast Guard guys who found him, yeah.
Who's messing with the camera?
But speaking of grisly deaths, some idiot, and I can't describe him any other way. You know how people train surf?
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Do the Egyptian on top of the train.
Train surfing is when you jump onto the top of a moving train and just kind of ride it.
It's like jumping coal cars.
It sounds cool, except it's really dangerous and very illegal, and it's best not done when there are overhead electric wires in play.
Well, no shoot, Sherlock.
Well, unless you're a midget.
Really?
Well, This guy didn't get that message.
Oh, jeez.
He was riding on top of a Metro North train,
Oh my god.
and it
Oh,
was
God.
going from Stamford, Connecticut into New York City.
Oh.
It was due to arrive at Grand Central at 6:19 a.m. and it lost power shortly after 5 a.m. because, well, the dude was standing on top of the train and shorted out the overhead wires.
Wow.
Actually, it's not as bad as it's not that bad. Apparently, he fit under the wires. He was just sitting on top of the train, and the pantograph came down on him.
Oh.
Ooh. And that zapped and squished him?
Yeah,
Both?
and set the train on fire.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
He
dear.
was transported to the burn unit, and a couple days later, they told they were told that he had died, and I'm not really surprised.
I was going to say,
Because-
this idiot survived?
Darwin Award for him.
Jeez. I find it shocking people can be that stupid.
Yeah, well,
People that like.
you're just lucky you killed him off this quickly. I mean, he might have made it into Congress.
Yeah, it's true. Be one of the more intelligent ones. Anyway,
Anyways,
political
one more
jabs aside.
one more
If I
thing
would
from
train
New.
surf, I'd do it in a gondola car.
Probably one of the safest ways to do it.
I could do it inside a passenger car.
Inside of
I have done that, and it's fun.
I've done.
But generally, train surfing requires you be exposed to the air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The best
gondola.
thing was when on Durango and Silverton on this last trip, we took 2 train rides. One was to go up to Soren. And when you're going up to the zipline experience, they have a bunch of exclusive coaches just for this zipline place.
Oh, where is that?
It's about halfway up the line. It's this really secluded resort that you can only access by helicopter or the train.
Train.
Oh, it's perfect.
And considering the train is a lot cheaper, they're actually one of the only stops for revenue service.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Do they still run to there in the winter?
no,
Oh,
they're snowbound. But anyway,
suckers.
yeah. But
This is
anyway,
why they need a rotary.
yeah. But anyway, they had a few coaches, and since it was a slow day, these coaches were completely empty. So we, of course, thought it was a good idea to just sprint up and down the aisles of these coaches, jumping between the cars.
Okay, so I totally did that when I was delivering snacks
On what?
on the Durango and Silverton.
Wait, delivering snacks? Like, did you volunteer?
Because they have the little snack bar,
Yeah.
and I would just go around to random people. I was bored as hell, and I was, a kid. So I would just go around to random people and ask them if they wanted anything from the snack bar. And I'd go and I'd, go and get them the price and tell them the price, and I'd
You just
deliver their food, and
you'd be
you
like
know.
a little steward, just jumping back and forth between the coaches.
it was fun.
Yeah.
Because, the train rocks.
Oh yeah.
Side to side, seriously.
It's
Trains
slightly
do rock.
shaky comparatively to like the Acela or something. It is very shaky.
No, no,
Very.
watching
no.
a video
Very,
earlier
very.
today of the Durango and Silverton, and at least in the video, they had donuts on a stick, so
Yep.
to serve to the passengers. So that's cool.
Yep.
But last
donuts.
story from me has to do with New York as well, and trucking through Brooklyn and New York City is a pain in the butt. If you've ever driven in New York City, you know it's just kind of terror-bad. So anything that can avoid the roads is generally a much better idea, and it's usually cheaper. So when this guy decided to order 2,500 cases of 50 pounds of potatoes,
What?
they figured it would be best shipped by train.
And so they
It took
smashed
a little
it
bit-
to the side of a locomotive in Durango.
Well, no, again,
Milky.
best shipped by train instead of being. So, they put it on a train, and that train made it all the way to New York City, and then it needed to get to Brooklyn, which is normally pretty easy, except Brooklyn is on an island. So the easiest way to get the train cars to Brooklyn is instead of loading the potatoes onto a boat and then loading them back onto a train once they get there, bring out the car floats, and these things haven't been in serious service for a long damn time. But now there's a serious petition underway to expand the float operation, and these costs for arranging them go anywhere from $100 million to about $600 million. But this could be funded by the Port Authority without any kind of federal help. Whereas a tunnel under the river, which is what they wanted to do, would be anywhere from 7 to 11 billion. And the Port Authority would not be able to manage that by themselves.
Think so.
Well, that's the last thing we need is more billions in federal debt. And also, does anybody know about the Onion?
Yeah, the Onion's fantastic.
I saw this thing on it the other day, and it was like New Year's. But in China, people were gathered around this clock in a town square watching the U.S. debt hit 18 billion.
Perfect.
There was one where one of the reporters got on the train, like, was interviewing about a train wreck. That was a good one.
Wait, they want to build a tunnel to Brooklyn. Don't they already have one?
They wanted to... Yeah, but it's for passenger trains only.
Oh.
They wanted to... They've been meaning to build a freight tunnel, and they've been... one of the representatives has been trying to, like, build support for this for decades. And, I mean, it's not a bad idea, because... Well, first of all, it'd be much better for the environment. Second of all, it would divert 7.9 million tons, approximately, of cargo from the roadways. So you'd have 7 million tons of cargo less in trucks to clog the roads around New York City.
Well, you think it is a big city. I mean, a lot of goods need to go there and get there one way or another.
Also, it would avoid, for the love of God, the Selkirk Hurdle, which you guys have probably heard me talk about plenty of times.
As in, there's no way to get across the river except for
going about 200 miles north, crossing the river at Selkirk, and then coming back down the other side.
Yep.
And that's what freight trains have to do.
Didn't they use the Poughkeepsie Bridge?
They used to, and that would cut the time about in half, but it was still a big problem because the Poughkeepsie Bridge is really high up.
Poughkeepsie.
In order to clear the river and the valley. So you'd have to divert the trains way out of the way to get them up to that elevation, because this isn't the Tamaross Vale and Anaconda Railway.
Oh, yeah.
We don't go up the side of the mountains like that. And, it still took a considerable amount of time, and was still quite a diversion.
Poughkeepsie.
But,
I haven't been paying attention to the cam. Where's the steamer gone?
The barges
I don't know.
would be a much more economical option. And they were called back to something that, 19th century tech. So it's pretty fantastic. Take a look at the article. And, moving on to whoever's next.
Yeah.
Weibold.
Well,
10 big wheels on a Lecky.
Technology and technology advancements. I am here to say why American locomotives are better.
Oh no.
The long question, and I will answer it with one example, and that is the rather hilariously named Licky Incline, the steepest The steepest railroad gradient in all of England is a whopping, wait for it, 2.65%.
That's
According
not
to
even as
James
bad as
May.
Mariah's Pass.
No.
Which is, for the record, the least graded route over the Rockies.
Well, the fun thing is, how do you solve this problem? You have a massive 2.65% grade. Can you make it over with just an engine? No, because they're British. So what do? They take 4 060s and smack them on the end of every train and run them up. And there's video of this.
406.
There's video of this. They would take 4 060 tank engines, smack them on the back of these trains, and bank them up the hills. Sometimes they had 2 10-0s at the lead of them. 4 engines to get them up this hill. So, of course, they deem this inefficient. And instead of building better engines to just get over the incline anyway, they build a bigger banker. And that bigger banker was called Big Bertha. The bigger banker was Big Bertha, and she was an 010 built by Fowler. The only one of her kind, and there's a song about it if you really want to listen to it, and that kind of explains everything. A big 010 locomotive built by Fowler in the late 20s was designed to bank these trains over the hill. And it still needed the help of the 060 sometimes.
Jesus.
They need help open the door on those.
On a 2.65% grade, they still had to use helpers through 2009, and then they finally said enough and stopped using it.
All I can say is,
And then they decided that not using it was cost ineffective, so they're still to this day using it with bankers.
all I can say is if like an if like a British, rail executive or something came to America, saw the U
He'd be panicking.
yeah, he'd have like a seizure.
We should just send him a copy of the TV and ARR.
I find
be
it
like-
hilarious. The
Be like, "What the
quote-unquote
fuck is
problems
wrong
that
with
they
you
have with their
guys?"
networks and how they plan to solve these things.
I think you mean blokes.
These blokes.
Mhm.
What the fuck is wrong with you American blokes? Oh wait, that's Australian.
That was poor Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What is wrong with you?
Blokes.
He knows why you cry.
It just, I found it hilarious, their solutions to these things, and
I can't
of
control the
course,
camera.
they're
Speaking of which, surprise diversion, have you guys heard about the new Terminator reboot that they want to do?
Yeah, I saw a magazine on that at the library.
they're rebooting all kinds of stuff. They're rebooting Top Gun, Ghostbusters.
They're rebooting Top
They're
Gun.
rebooting Top Gun?
Yeah.
They're
Oh my
making a
God.
Taken 3.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Is amazing. And it isn't a reboot, it's just hilarious.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
I want to see it so
Spent
bad.
20 years in
I'll be right back.
just to play.
I got to see it on Monday because of an early screening for Rensselaer students, because one of the dudes that was involved in the production came to Rensselaer. I went to Rensselaer, and it was fantastic. Also, there's a lot of shots of Providence in it,
Nice.
because the beginning of the movie takes place in RI.
Rhode Island.
Yeah,
Alright, I'm back.
But anyway,
TJ Weibold steals a tells you a story for next week.
He does.
Yeah.
But Bobber Delinquents?
yes, Bobber Delinquents. We found this out, which was I personally found hilarious. But anyway, while looking at building a Bobber caboose, which we will talk about later.
Next week on...
No, this
The damn
week
thing
on
that
the
took my
Terminus.
seat.
We've been belating this long enough. We'll talk about it later. But as far as bobbers go, I was doing some research, and apparently in a lot of states there are laws against bobber caboose.
There are.
Cabeese. Yes.
There are laws
Caboose.
against bobber cabeese.
Caboose.
Shut
Cabeese.
up.
We've
There-
always
This
had
isn't. No, you can't. You will never be able to call cabooses or cabeese caboose.
Yeah,
It just doesn't work that way.
caboose.
cabeese, but
I just did.
apparently they're illegal
caboose or
in a
cabooses.
number of states, which is interesting, I suppose. I mean, it's not like when you think of dangerous railroad equipment, you think of like a rotary snowplow or something that could just mangle something with a single. Yeah, not a.
I was making jokes about
cutesy-
falling into a rotary today.
What?
I was making jokes about falling into a rotary today because I was showing people video of the White Pass.
Oh
You
dear.
would be dead. You would be terminated.
Yeah, you'd become a red mist. But
But did he survive?
yes, he's a sentient red cloud. But it's I find this hilarious again because it's not some crazy dangerous piece of equipment that's outlawed. It's the cutesy little tiny caboose that are outlawed because they apparently were unstable and rough. And then
I'm not surprised.
They didn't
but
have
I'm
enough
not surprised at
lubricant
that,
tested.
but they had a reputation for like bucking people off the rear platforms.
God damn.
But I'm just surprised that they're illegal because why would you make them illegal? But again, not something.
Because they were bucking people off the rear platforms.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why.
snowplows are eating people whole.
Yeah, but they're doing their job. You don't have another snowplow that won't, hurt people when it hits them.
Well, yeah, that's true. I was like, well, there is the. Wait, no, that.
Oh, I have something about snowplows. I forgot about this.
You forgot about
I mean,
snowplows?
It's the kind of thing. Yeah, they were dangerous, but in reality, what railroad equipment is not dangerous?
Well, I don't know too much railroad equipment that actively tries to throw you off the train.
You act like it's sentient and trying to throw them off. It's a little bobber caboose.
It might be. It might be.
Well, then take
Maybe-
comfort in the fact that that's the thing you're going to be riding on.
Yeah, no, that's my point. Maybe after the first one got outlawed, the other bobbers knew what was coming, and they're like, you know what, F you guys, I'm gonna kill all of you.
They just swore revenge on a
Exactly.
start
It's
destroying
like the
everything.
evil monkey in the closet. They just point.
I'm gonna treat the bobber caboose nicely.
Gonna treat the bobber gods.
I mean, and if all goes well, I'll be sitting next to it for hours. Watch it, like, mug me.
Watch it mug you. The little toolbox caboose is going to mug you. It is probably the most dangerous car that's going to be on that train, and I'll say because it is the shortest. It is the same wheelbase as the tender, but the tender's a heck of a lot heavier. The
Hell
caboose
heavy.
is just a toolbox. The tender has a lot of batteries in it.
And a person
Can we
sitting
put
on
something
top.
heavy in the tender, in the... Can we put
No,
something
we're
heavy
gonna
in the
see how
caboose
that
so it doesn't
turns
try to
out.
kill me?
Who's messing with the camera?
Yes, we'll put something heavy in it.
Just put, like, a jug of water in it.
Yeah.
Sand.
I mean, the tender weighs a couple 100 pounds. The bobber, the bobber weighs the least out of all of them.
Again, well, that's why I'm worried.
Well,
It's gonna kill me.
it has the shortest wheelbase out of all of them, weighs the least, and has the highest center of gravity.
It's gonna kill me.
Yeah. Again,
It's either gonna kill me or it's gonna buck so hard it's gonna come uncoupled and I'm gonna roll down the hill.
I did that with the tender in the engine on its first run.
I know.
It undid the dropper. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later if everybody's kind of puzzled about what we're talking about.
This is why I'm so worried.
Worried about what?
Hey, you'll be fine.
Getting murdered by the
Oh,
bobber
steam
caboose
engine.
train. Steam train.
Ooh, where is it? Hang on, watch him. Where is he? Where'd he go? Oh, yay!
So apparently
Somebody
they can
follow him,
run
somebody
on important
follow him.
things. Who has control of the camera?
I don't.
I have a minute and 39 seconds until I can
I have
control it.
56
Okay.
seconds.
I'm
Follow
not.
the effing train.
Somebody get him.
Follow the train, TJ.
It's some Japanese kid rail fanning the cars in that parking lot.
Wouldn't that be road fanning?
Oh.
Car spotting.
Car spotting.
Follow the damn train, TJ.
Oh, somebody moved it. Somebody moved it.
Oh, I got it. Hold on.
All you had to do.
It's a great view.
You had one job.
Follow
It's
the
a great view
damn
of the train.
train,
Got
TJ.
It's not me. I don't have control of the camera.
Whatever.
Well, and as a last thing for RPO, I recently got word of another thing from England and proving why America's better.
Oh, can we not do this right now?
Okay, fine.
I would love to do it, but I don't want to get into deep conversation as much as possible.
Okay.
Okay, fine. We'll save Steamtown
Either
versus
way-
Steamtown for next week.
Teaser.
Teaser trailer!
Next
Anyway,
week on the
we
Terminus.
were skipping over you because that's illegitimate, and Milky, you're next.
Santa Fe, the city of Santa Fe, New Mexico, to support Amtrak Southwest Chief and Nexus Radio.
Chief.
I
think
would
we
like...
got-
Wait. What?
Go ahead. You're the one
I
that
would
brought
like to
this
say
up.
something on this.
Yeah, my thing to say was what? As in, go on?
Okay,
Go for it.
okay,
Go
fine.
for it.
I'd like to say something on this because, yeah, Santa Fe has long been in favor of the Amtrak support thing, and they were talking about giving funds to it. In fact, I think I talked about this on one of the first couple Termini with BNSF. It's Return Pass, isn't it?
Yeah.
That they're
Return.
looking at closing.
Mhm.
Amtrak is deeming that since BNSF has abandoned Return Pass, just for anybody that doesn't remember that.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that they were actually going through with that.
Well, they
But
are.
but apparently Santa Fe is like, no, we want you back.
Want you back?
Santa Fe
By the
needs
way,
to
what
be
the hell is with the really
resurrected.
arbitrary? What the hell is with the really arbitrary sounding 79 miles an hour?
Yeah. That's stuff. They're planning on the reroute it through Armanil And please forgive me if I say these names wrong.
Just say it in a Pueblo accent.
Sibelius and Being, Dust Killing Service, The West Home, Las Vegas, and Miami.
Las Vegas and Yamin on Breton. See.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would like Killing Service to Las Vegas. They probably make a lot of money off of that.
What, Killing Service Las Vegas?
No. I mean, they'd probably make money off the Las Vegas service because, like, if you're drunk as hell, you're not going to be able to drive back from Las Vegas if you live, somewhere along the tracks.
Then again, if you're drunk as heck trying to get home from Las Vegas, you're probably not going to have that thought process of, it's not safe for me to be driving. I think I should take the train.
No, but if you plan it ahead of time, because if you have your car already there, that's another problem entirely.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I'm saying if you're like, I want to go to Vegas, like, gamble the night away.
And get chocolate wasted.
Yeah, get chocolate wasted.
I got chocolate wasted earlier.
Good for you.
This got wasted.
And,
We're playing Quap.
You guys, I was watching my choir perform without me.
Oh. It's not funny,
but then, bought the tickets home, like, you know what? And then I'm gonna get a safe way home. I mean, that's probably only extremely convenient for a few people, but I'm not sure how often the Southwest Chief runs. But in any sense, passage to Vegas is normally a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it's Vegas.
Yeah. But that's about all I have for that article. If you want to read more about it, there will be a link down in the cargoes.
It sounded like you said that particle.
Particle.
No
Thinking,
science
you have that
class.
particle.
No science class.
No. But you know what?
But is it in equilibrium?
Yeah. But you know what is in science? People killing each other. That is in weird science.
Well, actually...
Steam engine's smoking.
Ellis.
Oh, is this the thing TJ was screwing with earlier?
Yes.
Murder is definitely a science.
Yeah.
Just depends how you execute it.
Yeah. Conductor knocks man in Amtrak train bathroom after he stabs another man on board the train. I don't know.
Let me clarify. Let me clarify and point out that the conductor was not the person doing the stabbing.
Yeah.
So
because
he locked the purple-shirted eye stabber in a bathroom after he purple-shirted eye stabbed someone?
Yes.
Can we call him the purple-shirted eye stabber?
Fine.
Yeah, but the stabbing happened around 11:40 a.m. Wednesday. So if you're watching this in the future, whatchamacallit?
But it's supposed to be
we said the date at the beginning.
Past.
We said the date at the beginning, don't worry.
Yeah, but halting the train, it happened, at that time, that day, the train halted for 45 minutes.
God damn it, Amtrak.
The type of weapon used in the stabbing was not released by authorities. No other injuries were reported. One man was arrested, but his name is in the hometown not released. Amtrak police are investigating into this. An Amtrak spokesman was not available when they wanted to talk to him. The train was traveling from the...
Did the stabbing victim die?
No.
Okay, good.
I've got a question.
He got arrested. What?
I've got a
The
question.
victim, not the guy that did the stabbing.
I'm wondering if that's the same... Do you guys think that was the same engine that was kind of rolling in and out of the engine house earlier?
Which one? The one that is taking that train?
Yeah.
I think the one that's taking the train I noticed was a tank engine.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, I don't
It
think
looks
so.
like a tank engine to me.
It's one of those big, like it's like a 264 tank engine or something.
Oh.
It's one of those big
tank.
tank engines. It's a big
Almost a
tank.
boogie.
Yeah, it's a big tanky.
Bigger tank.
Alright.
A 10.
So, one more thing Milky has to say about
Oh, crap.
hazardous materials possibly not exploding.
Yeah. Panel moves towards the rule changes on rail shipment of hazardous materials. state reviews prompted by chumping crude oil transports from North Dakota through Oregon.
Is it for the better or for the worse?
I have no idea. Let's see. I can't seem to find that out in the article. It's very wordy and it's very formal. I don't read formal.
No, I know formal.
I know formal data, John.
Allie, go get your
Yeah, there's
This engine's quite smoky. Oh, it just blew his whistle, I think.
Woo woo. Okay, so anyways, it's something interesting, and it's
okay. God damn it. They're basically writing a line saying friggin' nothing at all, because unless you know what the rules already are, you're never gonna know how they're gonna change them.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go prying in federal documents?
No.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I've had enough
So,
government this week.
but extra credit.
Extra
Anyways.
credit.
Curse you use that against me.
Anyways, JDur, you got anything for the RPO car?
And I was thinking about this for most of the week. If we want to get more people into trains and stuff, why don't toy train companies advertise? I'm legitimately confused why they don't.
It is one of those questions that honestly it really
Lionel used to do advertisements.
they used to.
Yeah.
Well, they did a couple years ago, I think in 2009 or 2010, and it resulted in their highest sales in 50 years or so.
Effing do it again.
Yeah, and they figured, oh no, this was ineffective.
They have the train is departing.
Yeah, which one do you like?
They
have money.
decided-
I read on their Facebook page they opened some store type thing in Chicago with
possibly a store.
no I don't know.
Is it exclusively a store type thing, or
I
can it
don't-
just be a store?
I don't know if I can find it. I'll give it to you so you can have it in the cargoes.
Alright.
The Cardoge.
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 Carducken?
Carducken.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Well, there's a lot of things we don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
One of them is who's going to win this week's?
Polar vortex.
Locomotive Vortex.
Locomotive back.
It spins.
It's
Is the diesel still there? Oh,
Yep.
He's just chilling.
Chilling
But-
with his buddy.
He's just singing. Today
In one
I
corner-
don't feel like doing anything.
That cost you
In
a
one
point.
corner, we have the Southern Pacific Cab Forward yet again as the returning contender. In the other corner, we have the C&O Allegheny, the
Yes.
2666 Satan.
Gee, I wonder.
It's the 2 Satan.
What'd you say, Loki?
Actually, I just
Oh,
noticed.
gee, I wonder who could be defending the cab forward. Oh yeah, me.
We didn't even have to guess.
Actually, we
I
have
will
so
defend the
many guest
Alleghenies
stars.
because-
How refuse to defend
Because they
the
were
Cab
built
Forward
in Ohio and they ran through Columbus.
Wait, didn't we do the cab forward last week? Come on.
We're doing.
Oh, well.
No,
the
last
big-
week was... What was last week?
No, last.
Well, yeah,
was-
last week was the 8060 versus the Cab Forward.
Yeah, let's not do the cab forward again.
Well, what? No.
Well, JDur chose
Bad.
the cab forward.
Screw
You should have said that.
Power to the guests.
You should have said that earlier.
We need to stop giving so much power to the guests because they choose the same things over and over and over and over and over.
I tried to choose stuff that was built in Ohio, so...
Which
Well,
happens
screw
to be
Ohio.
a select few things.
pretty much anything from Lima.
Which Cab Forward was in last week's fight, and Allegheny was in a fight a few weeks ago.
It was?
Yeah,
When?
I think when you were last on.
No, it wasn't.
Read that.
When I was
Sunday.
last on, I think it was... Well,
I know
like,
Allegheny's been in a Versus before.
Yeah, it has, actually.
Yeah, I did it. I defended it.
If you guys wanted to raise any objections, you should have done it before we settled on what we were doing.
Whatever. Allegheny versus Cab Forward. Alright. Milky.
Okay, what's your factor of adhesion?
Oh, this is an important number.
Oh, you
Yeah.
kind of screwed me over here.
8.
4.61.
Oh.
Mine's 4.31.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet you that's partially attributed to the fact that the Allegheny has that massive 6-wheel trailing truck.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's got an effing huge firebox.
Hmm.
As does the Cab Forward.
So why don't you use that to your ability? Firebox area, both of you.
Okay. Mine is firebox area, 513 square feet.
Mine is also 513 square feet.
Oh, wait, hang on. Actually, no, I read
You're not
that
looking
wrong.
at the right thing, you moron.
Hang on, I read that wrong. Hold on.
You read the wrong page.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, Milky, what was yours?
I was gonna say.
513.
762.
Down.
What's the boy press?
cold every day.
Yes, Cole.
What's the boy press to?
260.
Mine's 250.
Aha.
Ah.
How heavy is your engine? What's your engine weight?
Well, actually, I've got to ask one. What's
What?
your overall tractive effort for both of you?
Tractive effort,
Tractive effort.
110,211 pounds.
120,033,
Damn it!
64,000
Who'd be
pounds.
those guys, SP?
You know, I really wish you had gotten that factor of adhesion nailed down, because if that locomotive had a better factor of adhesion, it definitely has the power to pull more.
I've got the power.
Yeah, but the Cab Forward totally owns it, maps. Wait, how many survive?
How many survive? Oh, I one up you here. 2.
Okay,
Way to be those guys, so you know.
Aha! For progress.
And for once, it's actually SP that's getting dissed.
Oh! Get served! CO style.
Way to not be those guys, SP.
Get served Chessie style.
Jesse style.
Chessie style. Is that like with cream sauce or something?
Grumpy Cat. The Grumpy Cat.
Get... Yes.
I know it doesn't matter
It's
very much,
Chessie on
but
a
what are
bad
your...
day.
What's the diameter on your drivers?
67 inches.
Oh, wow.
Mine is 63.5.
Whoa. We might have to change the saying to way to be those guys, CNO.
Yes. CNO is
Yeah.
great. Okay. You completely beat me on the minimum weight of rail. I have 141.
When were they built?
The H8, let's see. There's 2 classes, same engine,
The newest class. When was the newest one built?
1948.
Milky.
1942.
Way to be those guys, SP. Disregard what I said.
Wait, what?
Disregard what I said about changing the saying. Way to be those guys, SP.
Okay,
Is it-
but Milky, what's your minimum weight of rail?
111 pounds.
I completely
There you go.
lose here. 141.
See, you have that massive trailing truck, but the engine is still heavy as all hell.
Yeah.
That is a big, big rail.
Yeah.
And you imagine what it takes to lay down that track. It's 3 strokes for every spike, 10 spikes for every rail, and 1,000 something rails every mile.
Oh wait, when we supposed to do engine wheelbase or driver diameter?
Driver
Driver
diameter.
diameter.
I have a
Okay,
feeling
good.
your wheelbase isn't in inches.
141 pounds per yard.
It's insane.
That is heavy.
I know. I thought 120. I thought like 120 was bad.
Is that some of the heaviest rail out there? Standard gauge at least?
Maybe.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Well,
see if I
look
can
that up.
find something heavier.
Especially
let me-
when you consider the amount of contact area between the engine and the actual track. 141 pounds per yard comes into perspective. considering there's less than a square foot of contact area on the entire locomotive.
Mm-hmm. Let me try to think. Here.
How many were built?
Hang on, let me see if my math is right.
1600. Which I think I have you owned.
Well, I'm trying to. My math skills suck. Hold on.
Wait, do I count the AC-10s and the Evans? Or just,
No, just the 12s.
Just
because they're all classified as the same thing.
No, just the 12s. And JDur used, well, just count the ladder class.
Oh, the H8 1644.
Oh, but Joe Dog.
Okay.
How many were those? Because there's 28.
14. 14 of the 1644 class, and then
That's all that we need.
There was 20 AC chubs ever built.
well, the
They were
earlier
at-
class has like I don't know. Like,
the earlier class has 44. Holy cow!
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the classes cab forward that the AC chub is classified as have almost 90.
Yeesh.
Like AC-10 through 12. It's 90.
Yeah,
Well, I can make my call.
yeah. I have to. Unfortunately, as much as the Allegheny is cool, I'm gonna have to err on the side of the cab forward here.
I will
Oh.
too.
Future.
I'm gonna have to say. Wait, what'd you guys vote for?
Wow.
We both voted.
We both went for the cab forward, so it really doesn't matter.
You both voted cab forward.
Yeah.
You know what? I can't be the person who makes everyone lose every time. I'll give the Allegheny one vote.
Yay.
Pity vote.
Yay!
Yay. Just
JDur
like
gets a
person
pity
X.
vote.
Just like person X.
Wait, what did you say, Ellis?
I said you get a pity vote.
Whoa. Although there is one thing I don't like about the Alleghenies, except, at least for the most part, they weren't used to their full potential. Because they were designed to, like, take a 5,000-ton train at 45 miles an hour, but they mostly...
Well, yeah, but they were also stupidly heavy.
I mean, they mostly took 10,000-ton coal drags at, like, 20.
Yeah, I was going to say that's very unrealistic considering you don't have any freight that light needing to go that fast.
Yeah. And also, I heard somewhere that they screwed up, or Lima screwed up with the, 'cause at least they paid the engineers and stuff based on the engine's weight, and they screwed up with the weight, so they had to, so people didn't make as much money.
So the bigger the engine, the more money you get. That's fantastic.
And at least according to Steam Locomotives, it says Lima ended up paying C&O a penalty. Perhaps as much as $3 million because of this overweight problem.
I just put my pinky to my lip.
Cool.
$3 million.
Yeah.
Well,
the Alleghenies weren't perfect, but there's 2 of them left.
nice.
Well,
Well,
there's 1.5, yeah, at mine.
No, that doesn't
The
count.
half is a tender.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, and
Well,
and
if it has the
and
decking
one
on it,
up
I'd
in
count it.
Michigan.
Yeah, that's true. Does it have its decking on it, Milky?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'll count it.
I was going
Well,
to say,
he
because
said
otherwise it counts for -5.
Well, yeah, both of these have tender decking, so...
Yeah, they don't count.
Yeah, they're not just tenders.
Anyway, that's Locomotive
they're
Versus
effing
for the week.
Huge tenders.
Now we can move on to
Wait, we can move
Oh,
away
no.
from...
R.I.P. headphone users.
You should enter in like a
What's
5
better,
second-
Locomotive Versus or the Polar Vortex?
I don't know.
Anyway, join
But
us next
TJ,
week.
what do you know? You know about the Providence Northern.
I do know about the Providence Northern because I ran narrow gauge on standard gauge.
Hipster.
I have received my Owen 30 042 in the mail. So,
It's not a she locomotive.
What?
You said in the mail.
It's got man points. What's over here?
TJ.
What happened to TJ?
And TJ's
TJ
dead.
just dropped.
Strasbourg.
Okay, TJ's dead. So we'll come back to him, I guess.
TJ's dead, so there's only one thing left to do.
Let's just park his. Let's just park him in the setting for now.
Okay,
I'm
let's
back.
call Conrail.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Calling Conrail at work, I guess.
hang on, I got my phone.
TJ,
But,
continue.
So,
okay, here he is.
it ran like Awesomeness, except it didn't like switches or dirty track.
Oh no, I know Switch.
So,
It does only have 2 pickups.
yeah, so Roland said that I should probably get a keep 5 for it. He's the
Ross Roland?
electrician. No, he's the electrician at her.
My boy Roland.
My boy.
Ross
Roland, my
equals
boy.
Steve God.
My boy.
Well,
Roland, my
like-
boy.
My ball.
Rolling.
Anything else happened there lately?
No.
Nothing.
No
with
Person X?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Person Y? What the?
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
Anyways,
Yes. So, carrying on. Nebula.
to me, the Nebula.
To combat the
The New England Merchant and Western Railroad had its first operating session. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but I got relayed by a friend a bunch of events that happened.
She just chooses not to.
And I'd like to open this with a section called, The Black Hole That Is North Bennington and Other Tales from Troy. Because trains would go into North...
It's time for Uncle Ellis to tell us a story.
Because trains would go into North Bennington, which is, for the record, the midpoint on the layout, and they wouldn't come out.
Oh god.
My friend who was telling me all this was working at Rutland Yard, which is at one end of the layout,
Always wild.
and wondering where all his trains were supposed to be. Called up dispatch, and they're in North Bennington. Walks around the corner to see North Bennington. It's full. Just dead full. Every track, even the main line. And nothing is moving. Why is it full? Because the dispatcher thought there were 12 tracks in North Bennington,
Oh god.
and there are 7.
Well, his math skills are worse than mine.
Oh, dear.
So
No,
he
There are
goes-
7 tracks in North Bennington. How many trains can you fit in North Bennington? 21.
got that one.
You stupid kid.
But once they got that situation all sorted, and meanwhile, while they were getting that sorted, the one Niagara that the railroad owns, which is number 390, was just kind of moseying into the yard. Someone else was coming out of the yard. Somebody wasn't paying attention, and the Mikado plowed into the Niagara.
Was this somebody you, Ellis?
Except the Niagara didn't stop, or falter, or really do anything except for continue moving in the same direction, and just started dragging the train that had hit it.
Whoa.
So they were now attached, and they were just moving, and the Mikado was like, you know, grinding wheels on the ground, getting pushed backwards.
Ellis,
Can
is
we,
this someone
can we
you?
Photoshop a picture of a Niagara here with Terry Crews on the front of it? Power!
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then after all that was sorted out, the
Ow.
yard troubles came to Rutland, and there was a massive train that came in from staging, pulled into Rutland, and pretty much blocked everything. Meanwhile, my friend who was working as an assistant yardmaster, was tasked with bringing 1 train in and 2 trains out.
2 trains?
Unfortunately, the problem with that is that they didn't have any engines.
Oh.
So 1 train came in, they pulled the unit off that, put it on the other train that was going, the first train that was going out, and that train left. And then a freight train came in with an E unit, and just kind of got stuck pointing at the yard because the other massive train was blocking everything, and then they had to send the second train out. So somehow, he had to manage to get this E-unit around the super long train to the turntable, turn it around, get it back,
Why did they just
and
run
put
in
it on the
reverse?
head of this, because we're not TJ.
And it's an
Um,
E unit, so you can't really see where you're going.
Yeah.
Let's have the worst rear visibility ever.
And
And
tack it on the
just look out the door.
tagging on the end of this, passenger train that was scheduled to depart. Fortunately, it worked out at the end, but that was kind of the end of the operating session, so far as I know. But that wasn't the end of the Tales from Troy, because I went back there just this weekend, walked into Rutland Yard, and lo and behold, we'd upgraded to Trains a New Era, and there were realistic weather effects.
Whoa, what?
That's fantastic.
It was raining in
Welcome
the base
to the future.
onto the layout,
Huh.
Oh, God.
which
Well.
isn't supposed to happen, yet has happened many times before. And because I was one of the only guys there, I was tasked with heading upstairs, banging on the door of the dorm that was above the leak, and asking them what the hell they were doing.
What?
Showering.
Did you figure out what was going on?
Somebody spilled a cup of water on the floor.
Jeez, that's
That was it?
terrible.
That was it.
That
Wait,
must have
was
been
it
a really
like a-
big cup.
Wait, was it like a red solo
I accept
cup,
the ice
Dixie
bucket
cup?
It
challenge.
was
like
a pretty decent sized cup, but the fact of the matter is that just proves how watertight these dorms aren't.
Ah,
And then it rained on the layout.
great.
But they sent me up there, and I had a red pen in my ear, and I had a clipboard, and I had my jacket on.
You probably
I made
look
me-
like some kind of...
I made myself look as upset as possible.
Just carry a clipboard and some kind of marking device, and you'll look like you're in charge.
Or wear a
And I
white
wailed
outfit
on the
and look like
door.
the producers of Top Gear.
And you should have heard, like, I heard whoever was in there jump. Like, it was kind of incredible, and it was hilarious. And I had to, like, keep the smile down when this kid who was, I'm pretty sure, an exchange student from somewhere Asian, opened the door and was like, "Oh, what's going on?"
What is going on?
Hey, what's going on? The way you banging on my door?
How
I'm
was
sure he
that?
was
I
Italian.
spilled my cup of water. I'm so sorry.
Well, no, it was his roommate that spilled the cup of water, and they were just kind of sitting there and not cleaning it up. And I was like, "Guys, you need to get some paper towels or something and get all the water off the floor.
Get Cham! Wow!
We're getting water in the basement." They were just kind of like, "Oh."
Jam pow!
Somehow.
They looked genuinely afraid. I mean, it must have been because they were freshmen.
My daughter.
I mean, I'm a
Freshmen are
freshman too,
friends,
but
not food.
I'm a freshman too, but they didn't know that.
Freshmen
Oh, yeah,
are
but freshmen are
fresh,
friends, not food.
Except for TJ, because he's
Shut
freshman.
up.
Why is TJ food?
Because freshman.
I'm a freshman too.
Then you're food too.
Fight. Kiss.
And I'm not food. I'm not food, I'm a good luck charm.
Sure. My bold.
Trust me,
Yes.
people rub my hair for good luck.
Clank, clank, clank.
Oh, right.
Ting, ting, ting.
I have nothing really interesting except for the fact that I might have mentioned this and I might have not on the last one. For the entire month of November, we have ceased operation on the layout to clean everything.
Cease.
We've got cars off of the layout. It's extremely barren. There's like one switcher on it that we're using to test switches that we're replacing. I've been put in charge of tunnel portals and putting in new tunnels and grassing areas.
Grass.
Right. Indeed. But
You
yeah,
guys really
nothing
need a
really
website-
interesting, and there
website.
won't be anything interesting in the next episode either because, well, unless something actually interesting happens during the work. But nothing really train related on that. It's all just work for November.
You'll find an engine buried under an embankment or something.
Yeah. The middle of a... Well, there's a river that we were having to take up, and it's still there for whatever reason. But this river was pretty deep, and it was the spot, I might have mentioned it in the past, it's still sticky from being poured like 20 years ago. Like, it's this running gag of how is this piece of water still sticky? So they finally decided to pull it up, and under it they found a submerged plastic boat. suspended and sunk in this river. There's a little boat, and it's still half embedded upside down in the river. And it just looks like a
Perfect.
green Jolly Rancher kind of stuck in the river. So, that's interesting, I guess. But other than that,
It's
that's
long.
not much else.
Question.
Yes.
Are there any, like, videos or anything of your club?
No.
Aw.
As far as the internet is concerned, we don't exist.
Damn Luddites.
Road trip.
Whoa.
Well, the caboose you can find online, but anything else, no.
I'll find the caboose. Where's Google Maps?
You can just look up Parker, Colorado caboose.
Parker?
Yeah.
Parker, Colorado.
But anyway.
But Milky.
Choo choo.
Spelled wrong.
I said it's a I was thinking that as I typed it because I have an oval with a few switches set up as the current mall railroad. But
Is it
I
the Rio
have
Grande caboose? Light bulb.
JDur, I'm trying to
Oh, sorry.
I'm trying to talk about mall railroad here and the caboose is getting in my way.
Sorry.
It's not the good kind caboose either. But yeah, I pretty much made an oval BC track with some switches and another code to it. And yeah, that's all I can say. And I found out something new about one of my engines.
Mhm.
It's
Is it in
broken.
fact a locomotive?
Yes, it is.
Is it most definitely a locomotive?
Oh yeah, you told me this.
Are you sure of your concursions?
It's a
Due
08.
to its four wheels.
It is in fact a car.
No, it's a 080. But I found out something different about it. It's a bit special.
It cheats. Worse than me.
Is it despicable?
Worse than me somehow.
No,
No,
that's
but-
not. No.
But it does have a tender motor on it.
Cheats.
Yep, that's worse than me.
That is hacking. No, it's not. It's hacking, but it's still not worse.
And
Hacks.
I gave you a point for being mean to JDur.
Oh.
Oh, wait. How do I have one?
For getting in Milky's way.
Damn it.
your caboose drive my
And for being
way.
despicable.
But the Quebec Society of Mall Engineers is having an open house after Thanksgiving. But I'm hoping to apply for the club and speaking of stuff, TJ,
Speaking of stuff. Sorry.
I hear TJ has some stuff.
TJ has stuff.
DJ,
It goes ding when there's
Okay.
stuff.
TJ, can you use your, language?
Yes.
Oh, good, I can't.
So, as I said earlier, I got my new 042, which has amazing sound, actually.
Oh, for chew.
Like, it's actually a pretty good little engine. Because I was basing the sound it would have off of both Ellis's Mogul and Ray's 280s. And it sounds...
It's way better.
Yeah. But, Ellis, you know the articulated engines that Ray has?
Yeah.
Like the ones that are lettered for, what's it called?
The Neponset Ridge ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it makes all those noises and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, mine does that too.
Awesome.
Like, it has, like, the shovel, like, the shoveling coal, and it has the wrench, and it has the... For some reason, it has a dynamo sound, but there's no dynamo on the engine.
Gotta be somewhere.
No, it's not. It's one of those trains that doesn't have a dynamo.
Is it inside?
Yes, they put a dynamo inside the engine. Because
You never know.
it needs to have exhaust, Ellis.
Do they have a light?
No, the cab light, you mean?
No. Does the engine have a light?
Yes, but it looks like a kerosene light.
Oh,
Cause
never mind that.
Looks it's in, like,
kerosene light.
one of them kerosene lights.
One of them fangled kerosene thing.
And then there's a gunshot, and somebody just whips it across the room and blows out the candle.
But then, so then we were Roland and I.
And TJ's dead again.
Yep.
Whip.
There goes DJ.
Functioning brakes on a tsunami decoder. If you don't know, like if you press F11, it effectively slows down
There's
the
an
engine.
F11?
Yeah, there is. You have to hold shift.
What the hell?
Shift F11. What do you need a keyboard now to drive the engine?
Yes.
No, on NC, on NCE there's shift buttons.
Yeah.
So shut up.
Shut up, you face.
Good served.
But so that was my day today, and so I still haven't figured out because we haven't gotten to work. And then maybe I'm gonna try to use the quillable whistle or figure out the quillable whistle eventually.
Oh, moving on to Q.
What?
What's TJ?
Oh, oops!
What?
I was playing Gary's one.
Oh god.
He tabbed out in the Terminus stock and just was trying to do something with Gary's mod, I guess, and just typed Q. But seriously,
It's just
next,
not
Ellis, would you like to announce this because this is quite a grand and monumental event?
Attention, people that are interested in live steam railroading and meeting some or all of us. Mostly some of us. Sorry, TJ.
All of
I wanna go,
some
but
of
I don't
mostly
know.
all of us.
You never know. I just
wanna
can't kick
go.
out of school.
Well, TJ, it's after
It's
school.
not during
it's during the
school.
summer.
Well, maybe I'll be able to go then if I find a way to get there.
I want to go.
That's not your biggest concern. Well, actually, that is your biggest concern.
That is your biggest concern.
That is
That
my
is your
biggest
biggest
concern.
concern, isn't it? What am I saying?
What wouldn't be my biggest concern, or what else would be my biggest concern?
Why would I be your biggest concern?
No, what?
Because he needs to watch you.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's true. No.
No,
You're
you're
my
the
biggest
responsible
concern.
adult figure.
Both of those are in air quotes, and don't you forget it.
Wait,
No,
both
Ellis
of
is
us
like, no, I'm not responsible.
It's like that's like the episode where the 11th Doctor held up the psychic paper and said he's recognized as a mature and responsible adult, and it didn't work because it was too big of a lie.
A mature and responsible adult. Adult.
And they're like, why does it just say squiggly lines?
Do we have anything official to read about this?
We have the official thing that, well, no, but
Okay.
you're
Thank you.
officially going.
I'm going.
We haven't
Milky's
mentioned
officially
what it
going.
is, have we?
Jilly's is officially going. No, we have not. I'll get to that.
That might be good to address.
No, shut up. I'm officially going, but I'm not quite sure how yet. We need to bang the rest of those details out.
Yeah.
Bang.
TJ, you're on your own.
DG.
Not to leave you up, you know what, creek, but I'm probably going to Denver anyways, so I'd prefer to ride with Weibold.
Even though it's
Take
not
me
in
with
Denver.
you.
Again, we still have not addressed what this is.
But we have stated that it's because I'm going somewhere, and it's not in Denver. So where could it possibly be?
The
Strasbourg.
middle of bloody nowhere.
Yeah, actually, it's in Chiloquin, Oregon. The big news is some aboard for Train Mountain.
Just
That's,
the world's largest hobby railroad at a grand total of about 39 miles of trackage.
and it gets bigger every year.
Yep.
Oh my.
In fact, they just laid another quarter of a mile a few weeks ago.
Wow.
Perfect.
Excellent.
But Weibold's been building his quote-unquote live, quote-unquote Steam. Actually,
Hey, it is
the live is okay. The Steam, not so much.
It's
but
the technical term is Steam Outline,
fair point.
and it technically
So-
I was discussing this with TJ as well. It's counted as a Steam Outline. It's also counted as a DCC sound locomotive because it runs from an independent power source through a digital command controller chip through a Tsunami sound card and finally controls motors.
With the same sound as I have.
Yes, it
You
has
have a
the
sound
same
card
sound
in
as
it?
his porter.
That's awesome. How big of a speaker does it have?
6 inches, I think.
Oh, you should add some subs.
It booms quite a bit as it moves along.
It has the
Is
same,
there-
it
is
has
there
the
any
same
chance-
sound decoder as I have.
Is there any chance we could hijack the speaker and play things?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, you can.
I want to be
do
rolling
that.
through
There's an
train.
AV port, and yes, you can do backyard songs through it.
I wanted to be rolling through Train Mountain and be like, Train Simulator.
rolling, hating.
Yes.
Train Simulator.
No, you roll through the steaming bay, and everyone has an actual steam engine, and then you roll through. They see me
You roll through and it's like,
rolling.
It's like, attention bystanders, this is an actual steam locomotive built before the polar vortex.
God damn
Pre-Bowler
it.
Vortex.
That's another dead horse debate now. But,
Why are you beating dead horses? What's wrong with you?
Oh no!
because they're more fun than live
better
horses.
than beating live horses.
Unlike
Empty.
live steam.
Shut up.
Oh no. I have a feeling that's a... Okay, good.
I'm not going to add it because you're already one above at least everyone else.
Okay, good.
How does Milky not have a point?
Because he hasn't done anything particularly stupid yet.
He's been
I'm
a good
waiting.
penguin.
He did something stupid. He just won Locomotive Versus. So actually he's
That's
at
true.
-1, isn't he?
I don't give negative points.
Okay.
I thought you did.
I don't.
Then he just gets a pass.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
yeah, but Train Mountain, there's the triennial, which
There
happens
goes
every
TJ
3
again.
years. You guys can also look it up because we're running short for time.
It's going to be in the cargoes.
Yeah,
What?
it's basically this massive train festival, and we've described it as Train Jihad and Train Mecca.
Train Jihad.
Train Jihad.
Great.
La, 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 la. That's the crossing guard. Ding 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 ding.
Ding, presser done. Ding, presser done.
Is that a oh?
Okay.
And my
Anyways.
my art steamer is showing some guy's backyard in Oregon.
It's not yours yet.
Yeah, except mine.
But anyway, look more into that. If you can make it out, great. We'll be hosting a live Terminus podcast from there.
Probably.
We will.
Not necessarily not live, but live action, as in doing it in person rather than
At
just
the rail yard.
looking at a cam. We'll
Well,
be rail
hold
fanning
on.
Train Mountain.
Hold on. What date is the weekend that we're going to be out there? I need to know if it falls on a Terminus weekend or not.
Yeah, but we can just record it live. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
We don't actually broadcast it live. We
We'll
just
be breaking the schedule.
so we just
Well,
record
Amtrak
it.
does that
We
all
can
the
save
time,
it to
so-
broadcast till next week.
I know. But we'll have 1 week's less of train news.
Well,
Well, train news is slow.
that can be
so-
acceptable considering it'll be a massive event that we can
Yeah,
actually
I mean,
have
train
people
news is slow,
interviewed
so
and
it's
real
fine.
guests that aren't TBA, O'Jellies, and JDur.
Oh my god, you know what we should do?
What?
We should just play the Terminus theme when we're driving around.
Yes.
But let down.
Down.
But yes, if you can make it out, that'd be great. If not, wait for that with anticipation because it will be awesome.
If not, F you. No.
Yeah,
Details.
if not,
I'm not
then
going.
go die in a hole.
And
You guys need to have like a Skype call from there so I can sort of participate.
No, you're despicable.
no.
We're gonna have different
O-
guests. O'Jellies
O'Jellies is gonna
filming
be-
for TJ.
O'Gillies is going to be there this week anyway, that week, so he's probably going to be the guest.
Well, and filling it, or he'll be filling in for TJ.
What,
Now
if I-
TJ can phone it in.
what do I do?
Nothing. Never mind. Shut up.
Can I be on? Can I be over Skype?
Now shut up your face.
Oh.
Anyway, V scale,
V-scale. Do you want train building anyone?
nothing.
Um,
Just kidding.
No, I know choo.
Does roller coasters count?
No.
No.
me. I've
Well,
been
they're
working-
technically trains.
Well, actually, a train is a series of carts linked together, and considering he's just built a track.
And the internet is a series of tubes.
Tubes!
I built a train yesterday out of for a roller coaster.
Good job, TJ.
And I've been working on
The railroad.
yeah,
All
I've been,
live
All
long
the
day.
live long day.
I've been working on a cheapy 7 for Gary.
Just to pass the time away.
So
Is someone in the kitchen with diner?
Okay, we're done.
Yeah,
We're gonna play a game. God damn it, White Wolf.
First, we're gonna play a game.
God damn it, White Wolf.
Anyway,
But speaking of playing a game, which is pretty much all this section is about,
yeah.
I built some mountains and finished up what our churro is going to look like. Stuff like that. You know.
It looks very nice.
It's one of the better looking towns for certain. It's not as adorable as the Squeaka, but...
It still looks nice.
Anyways, I put down a lot of buildings, all sorts of kinds of buildings, but no ketchup buildings.
yeah, this section also shouldn't be called ketchup buildings, and it actually shouldn't even say ketchup buildings. I was wondering what you guys were saying.
What is a ketchup building?
It should have an S in front of it saying SketchUp buildings.
Oh.
As in, there is an asset creator that I'm trying to port over to Mac that would allow me to make things in SketchUp, not ketchup, and put them in drains. It's not supposed to be ketchup building.
God.
I'm out there, but I'm not that out there, guys. Come on.
Are you making a Heinz factory for TRS?
Wait, what?
Are you making a Heinz factory for TRS?
Sure. I'm trying to get custom station buildings so I can stop taking them off of other people's routes, and so that I can actually
stop. Every time you do that, you get closer and closer to my level.
Well, anyway, I'm trying to do that so that I can eventually maybe, if it's good enough when I finish the route, to put it up for payware, I could include assets with it that would include custom
Why
buildings.
payware?
Because payware is better for me.
Because money.
And at the rail yard only does payware reviews. Whoops, spoilers. Anyway. Yeah, they do. That's the reason they do the reviews, is that people know if the payware is
some of the
worth
stuff
it.
on there has been freeware.
Some of it's been freeware, but it's gone with payware stuff. Like, there's been a freeware route with a payware content pack, or vice versa.
Oh, yeah. Damn it, Twin Rail.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Anyways.
$30 for like 5 locomotives, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well,
I can
off
get more
of
stuff from
Tomato
K&L
Mush
trains.
to TJ to...
Wait, I have one thing to say.
Yes.
Wait, you deleted it all? You son of a whore.
Me?
TJ,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
I
had
did.
one job to not delete your route.
No, that was not my job. My job was to not be pleased with it because it was too complex and delete it all.
That wasn't even that complex.
Yeah, it wasn't that complex.
TJ,
Well, I
there's
was
this
just-
thing called building a few tiles at a time. That's what I do.
Shut up, JDur. You cheat.
No, I don't.
Despicable.
Anyway, so I
He doesn't
deleted my
cheat with his
route.
own route, he just cheats with other people's routes and taking the credit.
Well,
Choo-choo,
I
man.
got bored with my route, so I created a new one.
That's why you need to keep it interesting. Put some crazy grades in there. Trust me, people love it.
They love riding
Or
down
put,
it
like-
while being chased by
or
a
put, like,
psychotic
little Easter eggs.
2.6.
Yeah,
Or put,
Like
like,
having the
little Easter eggs
TARDIS, which
everywhere.
I have 3 of on my route, actually.
you have a TARDIS?
I have 3 hidden around
I
the
need
map.
I need to
Awesome.
put one somewhere.
I need to put one on TARDIS Pass.
At the
They
summit.
have one included in the vanilla game.
Awesome.
Are you kidding me?
It's just police box, I think.
That's amazing.
No, it's called,
Actually-
it's
actually,
called
no,
TARDIS.
It is?
In
It
TARDIS.
is some weird name, I think, but I have 3 of
It's
them on my
TARDIS.
route.
Wait, is the TARDIS the thing that goes exterminate?
No,
That's
No, that's a Dalek.
That's a Dalek. I don't even watch Doctor
If I
This is
hadn't already
called
given...
that, so that's saying something.
and on that last comment, TJ, I think it's fair to call you that with a re in front of it.
No, I just got bored with my route.
ReTARDIS.
No, not that. Because of because of the Dalek thing.
Oh, I've never seen Doctor Who. Shut up.
Oh,
I know how you feel.
Yeah, but you've spent enough time around me.
ignorance of the law is no excuse.
Anyways, I have a something to propose to you, Wybold. If you get good enough at making SketchUp buildings, I'm gonna need your help.
Okay. Well, first
Because
I
when
need
I
to
say-
figure out how to port the thing over to Mac, because Mac.
Oh.
I thought you could download.
Have fun with that.
I'll send you a
Um,
giant ketchup bottle. How about that?
Boot camp is good for you.
I was fiddling with that. So this is why I have this.
I want to make a giant ketchup bottle now.
By the way, well, no, my point is when I sit down to do the Providence and Northern, I'm probably going to need a lot of custom assets.
You mean like the whole Providence Union Station?
Yeah, that's the biggest one in my head because it's got to be recognizable.
And it's
And
gotta
then-
look the part.
Yeah, and the other stuff like the State House and the 3 big main buildings, the only 3 tall buildings in Providence.
Well, again, if I get good enough at building, if you needed them in HO, I could have them done. But, because I've discovered SketchUp and it's easy to use, so I have started mass producing parts in plastic for my locomotive.
3D
Yeah,
printing.
I wish it was that simple.
Yeah.
Frankly, sometimes I wish I was doing it for a real railroad, but in no way, shape, or form would I ever have the space or patience for that.
Right.
3D
Or
printing.
steady hands.
Well, steady hands. Steady now. All right, Milky.
Easy now,
Last thought
boy,
before
easy
the
now.
terminations.
Except for JDur.
Yeah, I have V-scale.
And
I exist.
And yeah. So I've been working on Oregon Sun 2.0, and so far I'm at the mountain wings before Pineville. Once again, one of the more prototypical areas of the route, rather than fictional. I'm done with the fictional parts, well, for the most part. But now I'm building the obstacle mountain wings, or yeah, mountains outside Pineville. And making my way up, and then
Making my
over.
way downtown.
Yeah.
Going down south, gonna have myself
Working
time.
my way back to you, babe.
You're gonna
And
have
that
a bad
love.
time.
That
Doom,
concludes.
doom, doom,
That
doom,
concludes.
doom, 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 doom.
Goddamn teacher.
No singing.
I know SNL.
That concludes all my train scene, but not my open TDD in. As
You have a D?
The D.
and it's open too. Cool. But
Lol.
yeah,
That's disgusting.
no chick.
Milky,
It's like the half
Milky,
of
you
the cat
whore.
word thing.
No, I've accidentally. No.
Instead of open TDD, do you have open STDs?
Oh wait, no. I have something for trains.
Open
Well-
Ebola.
Hold up.
Open Ebola.
Boiler.
The smoke box is infected.
Oh.
Ebola is technically a STD.
Wait up, guys.
Isn't
Don't put-
everything that comes out of Africa?
Oh wow.
Never, that came out wrong.
Why will you go that?
Don't even
You're going
don't
down,
even try
boy.
to don't even try to save it, Weibold. The best thing to do when you're in a hole is stop digging.
That came out way
If I
wrong.
was going to Train Mountain, I'd beat you up.
You're digging the hole.
I'd love to see you try.
He'd run away on his little porter. Like, hee hee, you'll never catch me.
Well, I can run, so
And then,
Yeah, but
and
the
then the
engine can
bobbler
outrun you.
Yeah,
and
the
then the
engine's
bobbler caboose will derail and the entire train will leave.
Yeah, then the Bobbie Cabooses kills Ellis.
It's like JDur finally gets to us and we're all dead already.
The Bobbie Cabooses destroyed
And then wait.
Oh,
And
the
then he
fire
just
truck outside.
passes $20 to the bobber caboose and he's like, "Good job."
Good boy.
Who's your good boy?
Ooh, you good boy. Yeah, no, that's not what I meant.
You racist SOB.
You just call JDur an STD.
That's not what I meant. JDur doesn't come from Africa. He comes from Ohio.
Whoa.
Why was that? Whoa.
Technically, we are all Americans, so what does
Yeah.
it matter?
Anyway, JDur, V-scale? Despite
Wait,
being
no.
despicable, you still are there.
No,
Shut up.
no. Weibold, you're killing me.
Good.
You're killing me off.
Do it.
I still have stuff. My train hasn't terminated.
hurry up.
It did, yeah, hurry up.
Milky, go fast. Drive faster.
I've been working on some train
Light speed.
solutions of GP9s and SD9s for the Portland and Western Railroad.
Oh yeah, you were reskinning.
Yeah, I was doing 1801, then 1501, then 1852.
There's the other thing else. For the Providence Storm, I can reskin some diesels for you.
I'm not too worried about the locomotives yet.
Locomotive Versus?
Well, why?
Polar
would I-
Vortex.
I'm gonna reskin the diesels and one northern.
Annoyed. But I've accidentally over the past 3 months have been assembling an Open TDD North American mod pack with
Ooh.
all,
Assemble.
with all the North American mods ever.
Samurai Mega Pack. Form of.
And that concludes my B scale.
Alright, I have
That's
V-scale
like-
now.
Good.
So I've been working on my route, the Eastern Ohio Railway.
You think we care? Just kidding.
The yuck that
Shut up.
wins. The yuck.
Sounds like you're throwing up.
Yes.
Did you get Ebola?
It's that bad.
That's not the...
I got it from. I'm not gonna say it.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Babe.
Okay. Jesus Christ, Weibold.
Sounds like you have Ebola. I got it from JDur.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't
Wow.
say that.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
Why are you guys racist?
I'm not.
Yuck.
Weibold, why are you
Okay.
racist?
I'm gonna get okay.
DJ, why are you racist?
That
That's
was
not what I
that
said.
was Wild. I was just quoting him.
That was not.
That was you.
Okay, guys, shut up. Alright. So I'm working on building Coshocton, which so far is like a
What
major
about
industrial
Stupidville?
town.
Did you finish Stupidville?
I'm not there yet.
You're calling me racist.
It's about 100 miles
No.
away.
It's funny because it's an actual place.
It's Steuben.
Stupid? Am I
There.
hearing this right?
No, it's Steuben with an N,
Good
not
joke.
stupid.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Why both still throwing up over here?
Yeah, Ebola.
Oh.
But yeah, Coshocton is turning out pretty well. All the trees and grass are being planted.
Woo.
Because that's what most of the route is, just trees and lots of grass.
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 And I redesigned Temeros Yard.
No, shut up.
Turn off
Don't
your
tell
phone.
JDur to shut up like that.
Unprofessional.
I was telling the Soviets to shut up.
Whoa.
You can't tell the Soviets to shut up.
It just made
Who to
propaganda.
fly bombers and park them in your Gulf?
But yeah, I redesigned Temeros Yard. It's pretty nice.
Shut up.
Yeah, JDur.
Go crazy switches.
At least my switches were straight on both ends.
Whoa. Okay, that was uncalled for.
Are you calling his
Well-
switches gay?
No, I'm calling them crooked.
That's mean.
I
Gays are
accept
not
this-
crooked.
I accept the switches the way they are unless they're crooked.
Wow.
Unless they look stupid.
So you
Switches.
accept people for who they are unless they're not straight.
No, I accept people for who they are unless they're ugly. Then I throw them in the pit
Wow.
of death.
Unless they.
So JDur's out of the question.
Wow.
TJ.
That's racist.
DJ.
And you gave me the point.
That's coincidentally racist.
Wow.
How's that
Coincidentally.
DJ all the points.
Well, I think that kind of wraps things up.
Yeah, that's it for my V
It's
scale.
a little bit racy.
What's wrong with you guys?
Not no. Weibold. Racy is something totally different.
Well, yeah, but it's
What's wrong with you guys?
getting raunchy there.
Wonky.
We're not talking about tickle bitties.
God. That's like
You wonder why people think these things.
We're not talking about what?
No, we
I
don't.
just had to.
Not you. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm done with
I
my
think
V
I'm
scale.
going first for conclusions,
Yep.
as per usual. All right.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to wish everybody thank you for watching Terminus. Please stay inside and remain warm from the polar vortex, and also try not to.
Is that from the name of my route?
Yes.
Alright, and that's it for Weibold. Next up is TJ with 2 points.
I just have to say, massive erection at the main navigation here.
Ew. TJ. No.
Now it's got over 9,000.
He has all of the points.
And next up is JDur.
Okay. What is
With
the
1.
difference between Tiger Woods and Santa Claus?
Oh god.
Santa stops after 3 hoes.
I've heard that one before.
DJ, shut up.
And as for myself, TJ is ReTARDIS.
Very little.
Thanks, Ellis.
And as for me, it's caboose, not cabeese.
And that wraps up Terminus.
Thank
Yay.
you, everyone.
Thanks for
Bye.
watching.
And everyone
Cabeese.
go ahead and say goodbye.
Bye. It's Cabeese.
Goodbye now.